Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new hardware unboxing. Today with something truly special. We have a case. It is the Alpha made by Raidmax. They just sent this to us. It's a brand new case that's just gone on sale, I believe. And I'm going to try to unbox it. I don't have a dual camera setup this time because it's kind of big and I really don't have where to put the other camera. So we'll just use the single camera setup and hope everything works fine, because just taking this out of the box is going to be sort of out of frame. So well, let's see how it goes. Now this case distinguishes itself from most everyday cases by the fact that it sort of has RGB functionality. RGB, as you know, is everywhere right now. You can't get anything unless it's RGB. And, well, as long as it's not actually hurting, like, I don't know, maybe having a RGB mouse pad that electrifies you, having RGB lights in a case may actually be quite okay. I mean, there's LED strips that you can put there anyways to customize your case. And yes, I am just blubbering about until I can actually get this thing opened. And yeah, it's opened. Okay, it looks like they sent us the black variant of this case. Just look at it a bit. Looks nice. It's packaged well enough. Now let's go through the process of actually taking this thing out. So I'm gonna put this back here, turn it on the side. Well, firstly I'm gonna have to see exactly which side is up. Okay, this side is up, so let's turn it this way. The box can't really say much about it. It's a big box, like gigantic box, with a lot of information about the case itself. For example, it tells you that it has one external drive bay, the big one for the CD-ROM, has two bays for the SSD, for the 2.5-inch models, form factor, another two bays for the 3.5-inch, and 7 expansion slots, so this will fit just about anything nicely. It also allows liquid cooling for up to 360 millimeters. That is quite a lot. So let's turn that aside. Hope it doesn't fall out or anything. And pull this thing out. Well, I guess I should read them while they're on top. That would have been easier. Okay, come on. This isn't scripted or rehearsed, by the way. So what you're seeing is live recorded effort of actually taking this out of the box and hopefully not break anything. Oh boy. I'm not sure if I can actually plug it into anything and show you the RGB right now. I'm gonna have to probably wait to do that in a different video, or maybe the review or a build log. Come on. Oh boy. Yep, it's actually going smoothly. And I'm glad I changed the orientation on, because otherwise I wouldn't have where to put the case once I... well, the box once I take it off. Come on. And it's off. Well, that took some effort. And down with it. And here we have it. It's packaged in hard foam, so this thing is quite hard. I believe the soft one would have been a bit better, because that would have just mushed up and absorbed the impact somewhat more, and this one just breaks apart, sort of. At least that's what the Linus keeps saying. And hey, he's from Canada, they probably know a lot about packaging, because they have a gigantic country, and it takes about a couple of, I don't know, a month or so to transport anything from one side to another. So let's take the other part off as well. You know, this is actually a lot lighter than I thought it would be. Like it said on the packaging, well, on the transfer manifest, it weighs about 6 kilograms, 6.5 kilograms, but it actually feels a bit lighter than that. Huh. Must be, I don't know, conversion from metric or something. Okay, now let's take off the cellophane from the bottom to the top. Then we're going to take off some screws and show you. Oh, this is actually super. Take a look at this. There's a very nice mesh up on top, and it's very wide. By the way, this is probably one of the widest not widest, it's completely black, widest cases I've ever had. Well, I have had maybe cases that were as wide, but those were wide because they were old and very impractical, and were, you know, the flat kind of tower, not tower, the flat kind of case. So let's take a look at the exterior of it and the front. we have a nice gigantic plexiglass screen that lets you see the interior of the case with all the things in it. On the back you can see you have your exhaust fan, your IO shield place where you put the IO shield, your this is the this is the fan. Yeah, the fan is Molex, but it only has two headers, two inputs. You have your 7 slots for expansion, you have your screws to remove the thingamabob so you can take it out quicker. Have your thumb screws to take off the side panels. On the front, you have this very large mesh. No actual buttons on the front, you just have the drive bay up here, but you do have buttons on the side. So here you have your on, your off, and your reset button and your LED indicators. The reset is sort of, yeah, it's easier to press the on-off than it is to press the reset. That's a good thing. You don't want to press the reset by mistake. Here's your LEDs too for your indicators. And on the other side, we have the audio pass-through for the front panel audio and 2 USB 3s, I believe. Like it said on the box, it had, yeah, these are 2 USB 3s. You can actually see the color from this angle, but yeah. USB 3s. Also have vents, like not just in the front here, but the sides also have vents to them, or at least, yeah, those are vents. Those are vents. And the top, oh, by the way, the top, this is a magnetic cover, so cleaning this will actually be quite easier than compared to my current PC. Oh, mine doesn't have a, my current case doesn't have a top level like vent. It does have a front one, but the filter for it is impossible to remove, so cleaning it is a bit of a hassle. Now let's take off the thumb screws and let's take a look inside. Okay, so I've zoomed in a bit. Hopefully you'll now see the case better on the inside. If not, I'll just move the camera further closer, further from the wall. Oh, the plastic thing is on the inside, so this thing may, oh no, it has one on the outside too, so yeah. Double foil to protect this this panel. Let's put it safely here. First, let's do a bit of a flex test. It does warp a bit. Like it's not what you would call the thickest thing possible, like the plating. Well, there's not all of it either. Like it doesn't have that much resilience to it in terms of structure and integrity. So better not use it to fan the insides of your PC in the summer. It may just buckle and, I don't know, it may, oh, I think I just scratched it a bit. It may buckle and bend. Now, you'll laugh, but I actually did that with my Athlon 64 because it didn't have proper cooling. Okay, now we have the insides itself, and I'm hoping the camera actually picks them up and doesn't screw up the light balance again. So, just in case, I'm gonna move it further in. Okay, now that you can probably see better, let's take a closer look at the insides of this case. But first, one thing to note is that the bottom part of the case is separated. Like the airflow that's in here for the PSU will not, for the most part, interfere with the top of it. And there's no intake on the bottom for an extra fan, but they do have a filter, a magnetic filter for the, I believe it's magnetic. Yeah, I think it's magnetic. You have a filter for the PSU itself. So yeah, I like the design because it'll keep everything separated. You can have your PSU even draw air from this part, from inside the case, and exhaust it, well, anywhere you want to, because you won't have as much interference from the airflow that's from the PSU to the one that's coming from the, especially the video card and the CPU. Also, you don't have traditional wise sleds for your HDD and your SSD. You don't have the drive bays. You do instead have these things, like you can mount your SSD probably here, and your HD those are probably gonna be mounted on the back from the looks of it, or maybe let's see, can this be removed easily? No, it has some screws down here, but I'm guessing that this is removable because it sort of should be. Otherwise, you'd have kind of a bigger problem actually putting in the PSU. We'll see about how it's removed a bit later. Okay, first let's, well, not first, second and third maybe. Let's take a look on the inside. You have a gigantic cutout for your CPU cooler. So this will let you mount just about anything without having to take off the motherboard and put it back again. You do have, I hope it's easy to see, you have a big filter up here. Well, no, that's just a piece of paper, cardboard. I think you're actually supposed to take it off when you actually mount something in there. It doesn't have any front fans, and that's kind of a shame. So you're stuck with just the rear cooling fan, the rear exhaust fan. It doesn't come with extra fans. You're gonna have to mount them yourself, but that is a gigantic space to mount a very beefy water radiator, and you do also have room on the top. So yeah, my current case comes with 3 built-in fans, and they're useful. But this thing can take probably a lot more, and you will probably have a much better airflow than my current one does. Okay, we have here the standard power and reset and LED indications. You have, this is the front audio, HD audio, which I've never actually got to work on any of the cases I've had. It's kind of amazing, like all of them. Either had the pins broken, the motherboard was defective, or something like that. Probably won't change until I get a different motherboard. You have easy releases for well, this would be the CD-ROM, DVD-ROM bay. I have 2 of them on my current case, but I never actually use them. This is basically a dying format. It's more for archiving if you're actually into that sort of stuff. Let's take the other panel off as well and see what's inside. On this part, I mean. Let's put these screws somewhere safe. Turn this around. And let's pop it off. It comes off, well, it comes off, the top one comes off very easily. And there we have it. Okay, now this thing, yeah, this thing also flexes, like you can even hear it probably. It goes boom, boom. It is noticeably thick. I mean, it has more material than the one with the plexiglass because it has more material, but it does have this flex to it. Like, it's not all that straight. It's sort of, it wobbles between 2 different iterations of it, and neither of them are actually straight. So this one isn't straight by default, but when you mount it on, it just stays straight because of all the mounting, because of the screws and all the other stuff. Okay, let's take a look at what we have. Oh yeah, this is how you install your PSU. You just plump it down here from this side, you mount it in there. The filter is on the bottom. It's, well, is it magnetical? Oh no, it's clamped in with some clamps, basically. Here you have all the things you need. Well, it's kind of stuck, but here you have all the things you need to mount your SSDs, your HDDs. These are SSD mounts, so you can put them here. Yeah, just seeing this case and how many options it has to mount your SSDs just about anywhere you want, it really makes me sad that my motherboard only has 2 usable SATA slots. Only 2. And one of them is under the video card, and it's jammed in there with magic to actually get it to work. Let's actually take this thing out. What do we have here? Here we have probably a bajillion screws. The solids come out easily. And they are plastic. Flexi plastic, easy to put in, easy to take out. Inside here you will find probably, well, there is a manual. Well, the sheet that lets you know exactly what everything is and where everything goes. It's a very useful thing to have, especially if you're confused about your, I'm guessing your pins. Let's see, the pins are basically self-explanatory. You can remove the, it shows that you can remove this. Like, this bit is removable. You can put it somewhere else if you want to. You can remove it at all altogether and have more space for your cable management down there. I'm actually curious exactly how much space would there be up here. I'm gonna have to check that out. This can be removed as well, like the drive bay. It can be taken out. I believe from the front. There's some screws. And you can just, you can take this off the HD thing off quite easily. And yes, you can mount up to three fans in the front, like 3 fans in the front. So you can just plump in a 360mm radiator. And also there's supposed to be a tiny remote somewhere around here. Is it in the box? I believe it may be. Yep. Here it is. You have this remote. This thing lets you customize the colors of the rainbow that are built into this case. Let's actually take a look. Ooh, it says a... is that a magnetic strip or something? What is that? It has a thing on it. I don't know what the thing does. Release. Oh yeah, once you remove this thing, yeah, once you remove this, the battery goes in. Better not actually do that now because I don't have it turned on, so that'll be a waste of battery. Now let's see what else we have down here. We have the sleds. We have a lot of cables, and there's supposed to be some chroma to it, some LEDs as well, I'm guessing. Okay, this would be the... okay, this is a 4-pin, so I'm guessing this has something to do with the illumination if it's built in. This is the HD audio. This is the USB 3, which again is something that my current motherboard lacks. I was hoping to get enough parts together to make a Ryzen build out of this, but probably... well, what's gonna happen probably is either I'm gonna make a build of this that's either the Q6600, like the Q6600, my current build, the i5, or just for giggles, I may use this to build the replacement case for the Athlon 64. Just imagine it. An Athlon 64 with RGB lighting. That would be the most amazing thing on the planet. What else we have left to take a look over before we end this video? This has been also, apart from an unboxing video, it's also a bit of a first look at the magnificence of this case. Not really sure exactly how much this costs, but it's probably not all that cheap. I mean, it is very spacious. Like, you can fit just about anything you would want in here. There are enough, there are some ties here that you can mount, you can put zip ties to hold your cables in. And yeah, this is a huge surface area that will let you mount just about anything. There's even some possibilities. Yeah, you can route cables very easily through here. Oh, one thing, it has foam feet for the PSU. So the PSU will probably not generate all that many vibrations because it's not actually standing on the case itself, it's standing on those feet. Also, I'm curious about exactly how much room would there be for a cable. Like, my current case doesn't actually let me close the side panel if I put the 24-pin cable on the back, but this one, yeah, this one looks like it gives me enough room to actually do that, which is kind of nice, like superbly nice. I can just route it from down here through here, and yeah, that would fit it just right, like very well. Well, I'm guessing that would be for the unboxing and first look at the Raidmax Alpha. Sorry I couldn't actually light it up in this video because I don't have a PSU lying about. Well, I do, but it's... maybe I should try it, but then that would be a bit too much. I can't guarantee that that PSU actually works that well. And we do have that... oh, can we actually take the front part off? Let's take a look for a second. This is a piece of paper that's just protecting the filter that's inside. I'm hoping the audio actually comes out okay because I'm using a microphone that's bolted on top of here, and it is a cardioid microphone, so it shouldn't be picking up things that aren't actually intended for its very narrow field of detection, hopefully. Well, it's been a blast unboxing this. Gotta say, it's a very, very well made case. Well, the panel is kind of wobble, but it's, apart from that, yeah, it's also very light. So in terms of rigidity, all the dents and all the curves it has will give it a lot more rigidity than it usually should have. Like, for example, all these features give the motherboard, the tray, they give it a lot more rigidity than it would have normally because, you know, it lacks basically half the material needed to give it one-to-one structural support. But it's resilient enough, like it does flex a bit, but it doesn't actually break, it doesn't bend completely, it's not something that's reversible. My other case that currently houses the Q6600 is made out of steel. It's heavy as hell, like it's the heaviest thing possible. And that thing doesn't buckle, doesn't break at all, but it is incredibly heavy. This one is made of, well, it's a lot lighter. Like, it's considerably lighter than that one, but it does appear to be sturdy enough. Like, it's perhaps a bit more sturdier than the Z1 Neo from Zalman that I have my current build in. Well, like I said, I'm gonna try and do a build in this as soon as possible. As soon as possible meaning not exactly this week or next week. It may take a while because we do have a lot of stuff backed up. Like, you know that under this table there's some stuff that I still haven't reviewed, like the wheel, the touchpad thing. There's probably another keyboard in there somewhere, and a mouse. This still has to go through the review process before I can actually get to this thing. But I will. One day I will. Like, it's a very nice case. So that has been it. I'll see you soon with some more hardware unboxings and hardware reviews. Goodbye. Thank you for watching this show. If you enjoyed it, please consider watching some of our other videos and maybe sharing them or giving a thumbs up if you feel like it. And if you really liked what you saw, please check out our Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you could help us make much better shows and get some rewards in the process. Or you could consider buying my book called Tale of Doom. Volume 1 is out now and available for just $2. And as always, if you thought it was horrible, you know where to find me and complain about it.